Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I did the rest and we've got all our spell slots back. I did want to show off some spells here. We have prayer at level 3, but at level 6 we have Holy Hymn, which is really good. So I guess in big boss fights we can probably use Holy Hymn instead of prayer, because I think prayer is just +1. Yeah, so it's +1 -1, whereas Holy Hymn is +2 -2, which is nice. And then Aegis of the Faithful, it looks really powerful. And basically it gives all of those protection, even resist sonic spells, which is quite hard to get. And then Communal Ward against harm is pretty nice. Doesn't protect against level drain as far as I can tell, but it does protect against ability damage and ability drain along with all that other stuff, so that is super powerful as well. And it is only for 10 minutes, but generally speaking that should be fine. And then Eagle Soul is not an angel spell, but it's also pretty strong. Nice little buff. The only problem is I want to save spell slots on Stooge for Bolt of Justice, which will do a ton of damage. So that's a bit of a bummer. Communal Ward against Impurity is quite nice too, so I think we can probably just use this one instead of Communal Ward against harm, and then save Ward against harm for when we're fighting enemies that can actually do ability damage and ability drain. And then of course there's Communal Ward against disease, so it's just these spells keep scaling up for little bits of bonuses, and then subsequent levels lead to the communal version, which is always handy. I don't know, Grant Repose is interesting as well, but probably not as good. And Blade of the Sun seems quite powerful as well, especially against demons. 1d8 holy damage is quite nice, but there's a lot of really good spells here, like Communal Ward against disease, Crusader's Edge, freedom of movement, mass and large person. So we'll have to see how this goes. It'll be a very specific case use, I guess. And pure form is just healing and dispelling negative effects, so and it's only personal, so there's that. I've got 11 uses of level 4 spells, even got 11 of level 5, which is really nice. Cleansing Flame, that's pretty good, so it's every enemy in the radius will suffer that, so that's pretty good as well. And then yeah, there's some nice spells here like Breath of Life, Angelic Aspect, and then Communal Ward against Impurity. So yeah, looking forward to using Bolt of Justice though. That is going to be fun. But yeah, for now I think I'll be walking into the Citadel, I guess the keep, I can't remember what it's called now, and then we'll go up to the tower, and then we'll go and do the final boss fight. And then of course we now have Angelic Halo, which is really nice. So half the Angel's mythic rank, so we'll eventually get to we'll get to 5 bonus, which is quite nice. Let's see if that's reflected in here. No, it doesn't say Angelic Halo, so it might show up later on in combat, but that's fine. Okay, so once again what I'll do is I'll enter here, and then I'll cut all the traveling involved, and yeah, we'll come back when I reach that tower section. So see you guys in a bit. Okay, and here we are. So we're about to head up to the tower here. Instead of going through here to go to the next section, we'll just, head up to the tower because we haven't done this yet. And we should probably stealth up. Okay, nothing much here, just another exit. Would have been nice if they just went straight to the summit and skipped this little loading screen, but maybe something comes up a bit later on. Okay, let's stealth. Let's see. Don't think I set up my buff since then, so I forgot to do that. Alright. Communal ward against disease, ward against harm. Communal sea invisibility might be handy to have, actually, so let's do that. I'm still not using animal growth just yet. Aura of Greater Courage. I guess we can cast this as well. Which one was the... Okay, Communal Ward against Impurity. That's the one I want. Couldn't remember what it was called. Communal Ward against Disease. Communal Ward against Impurity. There we go. Okay. And... do we want Eagle's Soul? Maybe a bit later. And I think this is good enough for now. So let's save it here and we'll use buff normal. 42. Okay. And there's a chest over here. Nasty. On the plus side, they are down now. And combat is done. So, let's see what that weapon was. Head Cracker. Mithril Enhancement +2 Finesse Wielding. Whenever it lands first hit against a new target, the enemy has to pass a Fortitude save or become stunned for 1d3 rounds. Okay. Interesting, but overall not that great because it's only a one-time sort of effect. Alright, we're back on the main floor, so let's head through this way and, and head up here. Okay, now spells, we want to bring down Holy Hymn, and we want to put Bolt of Justice over there. This is Prayer, that's fine. Ill Omen we're not really using. Let's put Shield of the Faithful, or Aegis of the Faithful there. Cure Moderate Wounds. Communal Ward against Harm. Okay. I guess we can put it over here for buffing purposes. Ready to dispel magic. Holy Hymn is down here, and that should be fine, I think. Ward against weakness, maybe a bit later on. I guess we can just put it here for now. Okay. Let's move forwards. Wrong way.
Guide us.
Alright. Stealth up.
My strike.
And we have Monago and Staunton. Alright, let's save it here.
No reason to pause.
And we can probably cast that summon and this summon as well. Alright.
Our time has come.
Do we want to summon the Paladins? Sword of Heaven as well, okay. Magic Missile. I guess since this is the final boss fight of Act 2, we'll cast the Paladins as well. And I guess we can walk in a little bit.
Godspeed.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Don't you feel it? He's got that damn rag with him. I can't teleport. He's going to kill us.
If he kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
Fair enough. Staunton, enough of this madness. It's not too late to come back to the side of good.
The side of good? You mean Queen Galfrey's side? I've lost almost everything, but not my self-respect. If tyrants like her are good, then I surely belong in the abyss.
Good on the side of moral good, not necessarily the Queen being good. Surely.
Forget about the Queen. She's not here. We're here. The Crusaders, your friends. Do you remember fighting side by side in the ruins of Canabras? Come back to us!
I have no friends. The Canabras Crusaders treated me like carrion. You personally did nothing to me. That's just because we barely know each other.
Tell me, Staunton, why? Why do you fight on the side of the demons?
You have the audacity to ask me that? I fight on this side because the other side didn't give me a chance. Yes, I made a terrible mistake, and Drezen fell to the demons. The Queen should have had me hanged. I deserved it. But she found a far worse punishment for me. False mercy. When she spared me that day, she said she wanted to give me a chance to make amends. And I believed her. For 70 years, I've crawled on my knees, shedding my blood for Mendev. Only been spat in the face for it. For 70 years, I watched generations of Crusaders grow old and die, never once changing their tune about Staunton the traitor. What else could I give for my mistake? What more punishment could I suffer? How could I ever deserve forgiveness? And one day, I realized there's nothing I can do. The Queen had doomed me to a lifetime of humiliation. And when I grew desperate, I only had two choices. To become my own executioner and carry out the sentence she rescinded that day, or go over to the other side. Put yourself in my place. Imagine yourself in that position. What would you choose?
Let's see. Aren't you getting tired of fleeing from me, Minago?
You have no idea how tired I am of you, mortal. But never mind. Today, we will finally be done with you. Right, Staunton? Right, sweetie?
Minago, what's that on your face?
That's not your concern, mortal.
The Master has punished her cruelly for her failure in Canabras. As you can see, the leaders of the demons are as patient with their slaves as the Crusaders are with their commanders.
Sweetie, why are you telling him this? What does it matter? What?
Quiet.
Staunton's voice holds no emotion whatsoever except perhaps weariness. The word that fell from his lips barely echoes, but nonetheless the demon immediately falls silent. I see you have quite a gathering of cowards and traitors here. Even Nura showed up.
You think I'd miss the chance to see Staunton wipe that grin off your smug face? For years, you self-appointed champions of good have treated us like dirt beneath your feet. If the demons will help us get our revenge, then we're with the demons.
Time to decide the fate of Drezen.
Right. No point in wasting time talking. To arms!
Staunton, darling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Drezen together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
Save the last one for me.
Alright, let's hit Minago. We will... Let's use Bolt of Justice, and we'll cast Holy Hymn. Nenio can open with... Yeah, Nenio can open with Haste. How much damage did Bolt of Justice do?
I'll remove this obstacle.
I cast Bolt of Justice. Doesn't show any damage though, which is interesting. Holy Hymn? Does it not show up? Oh, maybe I should have used the ability drain protection, because we're losing quite a bit of stats from Phantasmal Putrefaction, it seems.
In the holy light.
You stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself with these very hands.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? With the power I gave you. You ungrateful beast! Give me back what's mine. Take him, he's yours. And Drezen too. I don't care about this fortress or this halfwit. Oh, I grow so tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions, your constant squabbling, your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. so countless times.
This is what happens to those who believe the demon's promises.
Amazing, isn't it? Everyone knows all about us, and yet they still trust us. Silly, silly mortals. Take your filthy rag! Take your befouled ruins! You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
So this is to be my fate? I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
Enough of this insanity. Lay down your weapons, Staunton. Come back to us. You've been treated unfairly, but we can still make things right.
You really do believe that, don't you? You really think that you can still change something? Somehow bring a cursed soul back to the light? I wish I could believe like you do, hope like you, but I know too well, there is no hope. I've been dead for a long time. As a matter of fact, the torment of the last few years, I might as well have spent them in the abyss. The only thing you can do for me is finish me off. Let's get this over with. To arms.
Strike as one.
Alright, let's heal, I suppose.
Be gone, fiend!
He's down to 92 hit points, okay. Someone is losing a lot of strength, which is not good. I'm coming, Lady Death. Forgive me for being 70 years late for our date. Fair enough. Okay. Looks like some really nice gear. Cloak of Resistance +1 is okay. Headband of Inspired Wisdom, not bad. Physical Form. Carapace. Whenever an enemy lands a melee hit on the wearer, they have to pass a reflex saving throw or suffer 1d3 damage. Oh, that's why I kept taking strength damage. Fair enough. If they pass the saving throw, they suffer 1d3 piercing damage instead. Right. I also forgot to drop Guarded Hearth, which would have made the fight a lot easier, I think. But oh well, it is what it is. Soul Shear. Whenever the wielder of this glaive kills the target with it, it summons a demon till the end of the fight. Only one demon can be summoned, okay? Every subsequent kill heals it for 1d8 +5 and gives it a +1 stacking bonus on rolls, depending on the hit dice of the killed enemy. The summoned demon could be a Babel, Marilith, or a Baelor. This weapon cannot be wielded by lawful good characters. Good thing he's neutral good then. So give that to Social. He can also wear heavy armor. which could be good. We'll deal with that later, I think. Let's see what's in here. Okay.
Let us press on.
Breathing heavily, Nura stands up and wipes her bloody hands on her clothes. Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off. Kill me like you killed Staunton and be glad you've defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it was that he and I were on Demon's side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. Well, considering we tried to save Staunton, it's not like he gave us much of a choice. Another tearful performance. Everyone is guilty but me. I've lost count of how many of you innocents I've sent to the chopping block. They should have been executed just for denying their responsibility, never mind all their other crimes. Why did you betray me, Nura? I want to know the truth. You want to know the truth? Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I'd been there the day Arilu Vorlesh opened a rift to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hell's bugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you, and it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. Kind of interesting, considering we didn't really do anything up until Canabras. She hides her face in her hands. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. Like livestock, they used a stick to train me to obey. Did the paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons after all. Nura looks up and stares at you with eyes red with tears. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him, without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return. I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces. And me along with them. I didn't care, but the demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. I don't like this option. I'm just not going to trust her to turn. I will not kill you here. You will be locked up, and I'll think about what to do with you. I was afraid you were going to order us to finish her off. I still think of Nura as my friend, and I believe there's still some hope for her. But it's important not to let her go back to the demons who poison her soul. Killing someone who is so angry and exhausted is too cruel. Do whatever you want. You can't escape the demons. Your head will be on Baphomet's altar tomorrow, if not today. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we found something. Alright, let's quick save it here. And I think that's it, so... This room looks a little cleaner than the rest of the fortress. It's probably the warden's bedroom. Alright. Citadel's main floor. Alright, let's head back out then.
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Drezen and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
Urgent matters of state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations. Drezen was taken quickly, even more quickly than I'd anticipated. Every death is an irretrievable loss.
But, considering the scale of our forces, the losses among our troops are tolerable. Morale is high among the Crusade forces that were entrusted to you. You handled the command superbly. I never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head for tactics is a pleasant surprise. I believed in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon my Knight Commander. But now, I think this reward is insufficient. So please, accept one more gift from me personally.
Okay, with these words, Galfrey slides a ring from her finger and lays it atop the cloak. Cloak of Resistance +3, Ring of Protection +4. Very, very nice. Thank you, my queen.
And thank you for what you have done for the Crusades. Now on to the main matter. The Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your power and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at a loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before. Something has changed in you. The warriors of heaven used to come to aid us in our holy war, and even the hand of the Inheritor, Iomede's herald, once set foot on the land of Mendev. I accepted a blessing from him. I fought shoulder to shoulder with other angels. But this is the first time I've ever seen the might of heaven in a mortal. I am in awe of your transformation.
Galfrey's face looks slightly flushed. That's a bit sus.
There. I have said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart?
Do you know anything about the huge demon that we met at the gates? It was much stronger than the rest.
The Baylor Drezen, one of Daskari's generals. He, Hep Zamira, and the Echo of Daskari are some of the most notable demons in the Abyssal Forces. You will soon learn these names. Drezen has not been sighted by our scouts for a long time, and his appearance at Drezen was an unexpected development. But we must grow accustomed to surprises such as this. The ability to move at will through space is one of the demon's most unpleasant hallmarks. Fortunately, the Sword of Valor takes care of that problem for the areas around Drezen.
There is something you should know. Aurilu Vorlesh appeared before me in Drezen. She did not explain why she had come.
The architect of the World Wound? Here? And she allowed you to simply dispose of Staunton Vane and claim the Sword of Valor? This is a very worrying development. Aurilu was more dangerous than a dozen Balors, and more cunning and deceitful than a score of succubi. In the 100 years of the Crusades, our forces have very rarely encountered her, but when we did, it always led to something terrifying. I think she has taken an interest in you and your power. It was to be expected, of course, and it worries me more than anything else. Sooner or later, we shall have to take a stand against Aurilu and deal with her once and for all. But I thought we would have time to prepare. Be careful. And if the architect reappears, treat her as you would a demon lord.
I've heard everything I need.
Very well. Then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city and surrounds. And together, you can decide on what next steps to take. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
With a nod of farewell, the Queen strides off with precise military bearing.
Allow me also to congratulate you on your victory, Commander. We won the battle for Drezen, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces. so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise Iomade for small mercies. The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia is trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Drezen, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Iribeth shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers?
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
A secret path? What are they talking about?
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges and cut us off from Drezen. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
There's a patrol missing?
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Socorus lie in that direction. But after the siege of Drezen, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
A dragon? What dragon?
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat. But there's very little food in the World Wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Is that all for now?
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them. The Knight Elan from the Houndhearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Drezen. It's almost empty now. The only prisoner is Nura Dendawar, the traitor you caught. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Bury Staunton as a knight.
Right you are, Commander. Commander. That day during the battle,
You can see the struggle on her face, as if she doesn't know whether she should say something else.
No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
Giving a salute, Irabeth turns around and quickly leaves. Okay, so we are now in Act 3, and this is where we finally get to see the actual kingdom management side of the crusade mechanic, which I personally really enjoy, but it can be easy to screw up and it can lead to a game ending, so that's why I think a lot of people dislike it. And there are some sort of events and things that are kind of softly time-gated sort of thing, which a lot of people don't like, but I personally don't mind it, and I quite like kingdom management from Pathfinder Kingmaker, and while the crusade management and kingdom management side of things in Wrath is decent, I still prefer the Kingmaker mechanic. But that's everything that we can explore a bit later on. What should we do first, actually? I think the first thing is that we should probably have a chat with our companions and probably talk to Nura as well, as Irabeth suggested. We'll probably talk to Irabeth as well, or at least try to. Irabeth also suggested we talk to Anevia, so that's probably the best thing to do. We also have to turn in the Solemn Hour sword for Irabeth. But yeah, so let's do that. I think if we go into the Citadel, we should be able to do all of that stuff. Yeah, a middle-aged paladin with a genial face salutes you. His sparse grey hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. Ever-bright Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is Kiar Kobelin, and I'm at your service. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabres and come here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind Kiar. He passionately echoes Kiar's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack. The old Crusader calls the young man to order. Morvek, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. Kiar smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. Who have you brought with you? Ever-bright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at Queen's Call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. Kiar nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked to Canabres with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead resolutely and boldly. Did you fight in Canabres? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabres died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless, but the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds. Canabres is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Great, you'll be serving under my command. It's an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demons a dusting. Alright. Let's pause it here. We can see Anivia, Regil, Irabeth, and some guards, so... yeah. I think this is a good place to end the episode, actually. And, yeah. In the next episode, we'll probably be talking to a lot of our companions and all our new companions. But there's a little bit of, I guess we can call it admin to do in here. And then we can also check out the Crusade affairs and get started on some of the stuff we want to do there. Because there is a bunch of stuff that I want to get done immediately, or, well, get started immediately to help us with the kingdom management side of things. And that's why I took a few risks in Act 2 to get some extra income and that sort of stuff, so that we would be able to make a bit of a start on certain things that will help us out during the Act 3 and in the rest of the game. So we'll go through that in the next episode as well. So yeah, I imagine that the next 1 or 2 episodes will probably be a bit lighter on combat and stuff, but once we sort all these things out and pick up all the quests and locations we can, then we will really get stuck into things, and the game will ramp up even more. So I'm super excited now. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining me for this one. Hope you join me in the next video, and I hope to see you then. Have a good one.